Sahana bhavatu, Sahana bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam everyone. We will continue with the Shivapasana mantras. I think whatever we have covered so far is the core Shivapasana mantra. I think we looked at 22 mantras and then a closing prayer. That's what we had, which is the 16th Anuvaka of the Taittiriya Aranyaka. So now we are going to, which is also called the, in Taittiriya Aranyaka, there is something called Mahanarayana Upanishad. In the Mahanarayana Upanishad, the 16th Anuvaka was what we looked at. The next 5 mantras form 5 Anuvakas separately. Will be 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. And these are called Pancha Brahma mantras. Okay, I will just read Pancha Brahma mantra, means plural of mantra. So they are called, they are addressed to 5 Brahmans, forms of Brahma. They are also called Pancha Mukha mantras. Mukha means face, or Pancha Vaktra mantra. It's Vaktra, okay, Vaktra. Maybe I should have put the transliteration, but ik, it, and ra, Vaktra, okay. If you will give me a minute, maybe I will just put the sorry. So I think sorry. Right. Okay, so I hope that makes it easy. So it's Vaktra. Mukha, I think you should be okay. Pancha also you should be able to read. I've just put Vaktra. That's also another Sanskrit term, so I thought might as well you become familiar with it. I don't know, sometime back I had, I think the 19th session or so, I think. Or 29th session, sorry. 29th session I had covered this, but I have just revising it here. I think there was a question about the 5 functions of the Lord. So there, I think we had covered something called Panchamurtyaha. Okay, or the 5 murtis, pancha kritya, the 5 actions, and pancha anana I have put. Pancha anana is also another name for face. The Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Maheshwara, and Sadashiva. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudraha, Maheshwaraha, and Sadashivaha. Okay, that is Pancha Murtyaha. Okay, so 5 murtis or 5 forms of the Lord also you can say. They are called 5. Here I put Anana, 5 faces. So there are many ways people have tried to describe this principle of these 5 functions of the Lord. They've assigned different forms: Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Maheshwara, and Sadashiva. They are supposed to be involved in Panchakritya, 5 activities. Srishti, anything in this world which it created, is ascribed to Brahma. Okay. Creation. Sthiti, that is to maintain the state. Sthiti is similar to what is called state of that, a state of maintenance. Sthiti. The world is looking after the world, running of the world. So as Swami would say, operation. God, generation, operation. This is generation, operation. And samhara, destruction or dissolution, which is samhara. Okay. That's ascribed to Rudra or Shiva, as people would know. Then the next one is Tirobhava. Tirobhava, that means it's hiding, covering. Okay. The Lord, in Tamil, it's called Maraital. That means he will hide things from us. So that is also an action of the Lord, so that we are not troubled. Just like parents may protect the children from something. So that's called Tirobhava. So he will hide himself. He will hide things. Okay, that's Tirobhava. Tirobhava. Tiro comes from, Tirai comes from the word Tiro in Tamil. The next word is Anugraha. In Tamil, I think it's called Arulal. So that is ascribed to a form called Sadashiva. These are also described as 5 faces of Shiva. Okay, that's a much more prevalent in certain branches of Shaivism, or the Shiva worshippers have. They call 5. There are 5 faces of the Lord Shiva. Okay. The first one is Sadhyo Jata. I think we will look at them in detail in the subsequent pages. Sadhyo Jata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, and Ishana. And these are also considered to be facing different directions. Sadhyojata is facing the west. Vamadeva is facing the north. Aghora is facing south. Tatpurusha facing east. And Ishana facing upwards. So there, those are what I would say is visualization of the rishis of what they perceived as the Lord. There are multiple, philosophical discussions, but we will not go into those. But so the next 5 mantras cover these 5 aspects of Lord Shiva, 5 faces of the Lord Shiva, 5 forms of the Lord Shiva also we can say. Shiva is Brahman. We are considering all the same at this point. Okay. So that is what we are going to cover. I thought in terms of introduction, I will mention this. Okay. So we'll go to the first mantra. Actually, I shouldn't call it Shivopasana mantra. I'm just going to call it Pancha Brahma mantras. Okay, just for the sake of accuracy, I would say. Okay, so we will put it under Shivopasana mantra. I'm calling it Pancha Brahma mantras. It's a continuation of the Shivopasana mantra. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So I'm just going to read it first. Sadhyo Jatam. Sadhyo Jatam. Prapadyami. Prapadyami. Sadhyo Jataya Vai Namo Namaha. Sadhyo Jatam Prapadyami. Sadhyo Jataya Vai Namo Namaha. Okay, we look at so this is the third da. Okay, the third one in the tha varga. It's not aspirated. Okay, so it's id and ya, which is dya, not dh. Okay, dya, which is the third letter in the tha varga. Sadhyo jatam prapadyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namaha. We look at the meaning. Sadhyo jata means it's newly born, instantly born. Just now was born. There are two words which come to make that name. Sadhyas means recent, new, instant, today. All these are meant by sadhyas. Adya is also another word for today. So sadhya means a good today, auspicious day, auspicious time. So just now something happened means sadhyas. Okay. Jata means born. So one who is just born. That is the meaning of Sadhyo Jata. Prapadyami. Prapadyami is the verb. Pada means feet. Pada. Padya means to fall at one's feet, God's feet. So taking refuge, taking surrender. Prapadyami. So that means we are taking refuge everywhere, around, all at all times. Okay, so that what means is Satyajata means everything which is born in this world is Shiva being born. Everything in this world which is born or created is Shiva himself. So which is nothing but Rudra. Okay, whichever way you want to call it, because everything in this world which is created is considered something divine. So not only the Lord is creating, he is born. If a baby is born, Shiva is born. That kind of concept. So Sadhyo Jata. Prapadyami. I'm bowing down to that Lord. Sadhyo Jataya. So that is the fourth vibhakti, just like any other mantra, when we say Namaha, to that. Okay. So it basically means to Sadhyo Jata. Okay. Sadhyo Jata is the simple name. So to that Sadhyo Jata means Sadhyo Jataya. Why indeed? Okay. Yeah. It's an emphasis in Sanskrit. Namo Namaha. Okay. Namo Namaha is again Sandhi, because of that Namaha becomes Namo, but it's Namo Namaha. Means salutation. So I bow down to the feet of Satyajata and I also salute. My salutations to that Satyajata. So this, as you can see, it deals with all creative concepts in this world. That is why Brahma comes into the being. As you can see, it's creation. So Sadhyo Jata is the name of Shiva, who is working on creation itself. Okay, so or Rudra, whichever way you want to call it. The form of divine, the power of divine which creates is Satyojata. This is the first phase of Shiva, so Satyojata. And let me look at the second one. I think I'll change the else. Okay. So we will go to the second set of the mantra. So we are basically to that Satyojata, we are bowing down and praying or taking refuge. And then the mantra is a continuation of that mantra. Bhave, bhave, nati bhave, bhavasva mam. Bhavod bhavaya namaha. Bhave, bhave, nati bhave, bhavasva mam. Bhavodbhavaya namaha. This bha is the fourth letter in the pa varga, so it's aspirated. So it appears quite a few times here. Here it's id bha. Id and bha, it's a compound consonant. So bhavodbhavaya namaha. We look at the meaning. Bhave bhave. There are many ways to look at this double word, but I'm just going to stick to a simple one. Bhava is existence or birth. So bhave bhave, again and again, it's repetition of birth, repetition of existence. That is described in bhave bhave, in this world. Okay, in this creation, we are born again and again. So it relates to that. Again and again coming into existence. Na. This nati bhave, it's two words combined. Na and ati bhave. Na means no. We're saying there should not be any repeated existence, negation of repeated existence. Ati bhave. Ati bhave means beyond, surpassing, overcoming this existence. Okay. Bhava may exist. Okay. Ati bhave bhava. So it's a wish or will or even prayer. Okay. Let me be beyond this existence. Okay. That there be no repeated births. Bhave bhave na ati bhave bhava. Swa means one's own self. Bhava swa means to remain in oneself. So one who is beyond birth remains in one's own self, which is Atman. Mam, me. Okay. So you can say, oh Lord, make me reside in my own self, which is beyond this repeated birth. Okay, that is the meaning. So it's a prayer to the Lord Shiva. Or Satyojata. Oh Satyojata, who you create all the time, you come into being. Bless me so that I am remaining in the self. Bhavaswa, Mam. Let me remain in that self. Adhibhave, which is beyond existence. During the bhave bhave. So it's a prayer. Even though I am born again and again, I want to be in a state which is beyond this repeated existence, remaining in one's own self. That's the prayer. So you're asking the Lord to bless you with that. Mam bhavaswa, ati bhave bhavaswa, like that. Bhave bhave, nati bhave, bhavaswa mam. Then bhava and udbhava here. Bhava and Udbhavaya becomes Bhavodbhavaya. Bhava means again existence. Udbhava means one who creates, one who manifests, one who causes it to happen. Udbhavaha. So Bhava Udbhavaha means, Udbhava is a simple word, Udbhavaya means to that, fourth vibhakti which I have spoken about. So to that cause of existence, cause of creation, my salutations. So that is the mantra of the one mantra. Actually, it starts with Satyo, going back to Satyojatam Prabhatyami, Satyojataya Vai Namo Namaha, Bhave Bhave Nati Bhave, Bhavaswamam, Bhavod Bhavaya Namaha. So it is a prayer to the Lord who is the creator, saying that in this creation of being born again and again, let me rise above that and remain in my own self, or which is your true self. Let it be there. And you again bow down to this cause of creation, this origin of all creation. Bhavodbhavaya Namaha. So Shiva is worshipped as, because it's a continuation of Shivopasana mantra. So that's the prayer which is addressed to Sadhyo Jata. Okay, so I think I hope I'm not going too fast. I thought I will cover these 5 names today. But if there are any questions, so if I'm rushing, please put your hands up and warn me. Okay, thank you. The next mantra, we will take a look. Just because everyone refers to it as Shivopasana mantra, but I would rather slightly change the title to be more accurate, because the the 22 mantras is the real core Shivopasana mantra. These are also included along with that and called Shivopasana, because they are again still continuation of worship of the Shiva in various ways. Vamadevaya Namo, Jeshthaya Namaha, Shreshthaya Namo, Rudraya Namaha. Vamadevaya Namo, Jeshthaya Namaha, Shreshthaya Namo, Rudraya Namaha. I think in terms of paying attention, I would say you should pay attention to these all simple, no aspiration. Here, there's sh. The tongue should point up, and so you should sh, cerebral sh, and tha, which is the second letter in the tha varga. So it should be tha with aspiration, which is tha. So sreshtha, jeshtha, and shrestha. In both places, it should be aspirated. Okay. Vamadevaya Namo, Jesthaya Nama, Sresthaya Namo, Rudraya Nama. We look at the meanings. Vamadevaya is actually made of 2 words. Vamadevaha. Devaya is the 4th vibhakti, which is to Vamadeva. So Vama and Devaha, two words combined to make Vamadeva. There are multiple meanings I have given. Vama means left. East also means east facing. Oh, sorry. No, very sorry. Okay, very, very sorry. Now, north facing, beautiful, and wealth. All these are covered by the word Vama. So let's take a look at it. Vama is left, which is the very common mean. It also means that which is opposite, that which is not normal, not the usual. It can mean many things. There's a concept of Vama Marga, which is, all kinds of people pray to worship Shiva in ways which are not considered conventional, which is called left leaning. Okay, so Vama means left. So why? There are many meanings of this word left. So if you're facing east, Vama is north is on your left hand side. If you're facing east, north will be in your left side. So when they worship the Lord, the north facing, which is on the left side, is called Vama. Okay, that is why it says north facing. If you turn to your left, while looking at east, if you turn left, you are facing north. So the Lord is facing north. Okay, that's the concept. It also means the left side of the Lord. Vama Bhaga. Vama Bhaga is Mother Parvati, because Shiva is considered right and left. So he is looking at the left, which is actually Parvati. So which is very beautiful. Okay, that is also another meaning of it. Actually, we have the left brain, right brain concepts also. The left side is considered very artistic also. So which is the right brain, but it controls the left part of the body, considered creativity and all that also. So it's considered very beautiful, any artistic tendencies. So left is considered anything that is beautiful. Okay. It also is considered wealth, because the mother provides all wealth. Okay, give me a minute. So it's considered all wealth. So you can imagine, so there are people have Vama comes from the word called Vama. I don't want to dwell on this Vama too much, but just to explain, Vama means to eject. It's also considered vomiting. One who puts out everything. So it means the Lord gives all the wealth. Everything which comes out of Him is Vama. What comes out of the Lord is Vama. What comes out of the Lord is grace, wealth, food, nourishment. Everything comes out of the Lord. So that is Vama. So the Lord who brings out everything is Vamadeva. Okay, which also means He maintains the world. So we are able to live because of the sustenance Vamadeva provides. That's why the mother, which is the left side of the Shiva, is the one who looks after the world. She gives strength to the world. She gives nourishment to the world. She gives wealth to the world. All three forms of Shakti. We are going through Vasanta Navaratri, where we are worshipping the mother, the spring Navaratri. And it symbolizes all forms of feminine force in this world, which gives strength, nourishment. Everything is covered by the word Vama. Because you can see, the feminine side, the nourishing side of Shiva. That is the Vama Deva. Okay, Deva is Lord, God, I don't know, however you want to call it. One who shines also is Deva. I think we have looked at many meanings, so I have not put all the meanings here. So Vama Deva is that form of Shiva which looks after the world, which nourishes the world, which is the most beautiful thing in the world. Makes things beautiful also. Okay, that is Vamadeva. Shiva in the form of Vishnu, in the form of everywhere around us, nourishing and helping and maintaining the world. Okay, that is Vamadeva. Jeshtha. Jeshtha means the first, eldest, oldest. So he is the oldest Lord. I think people also use the word Adi. Adi Deva means Jeshtha. No one is older than him. So he came into being first. All of us came after. Everything in this world came after. So that's why it's called Jeshtha. Sreshtha means best. There's nothing higher than that. no concept, no principle higher than this Vamadeva. So another way of describing the Lord. Jeshtha, Shrestha. Okay. The next one is Rudra. Okay, so Vamadevaya Namo, Jeshtaya Nama, Shrestaya Namo, Rudraya Nama. Okay, so we have come to Rudra. Rudraya is the fourth vibhakti. So Rudraha is the first one, or the simple noun. So that's what I have done for Jeshtha and Shrestha also. Jeshtaya is a derivation of Jeshtha. Shrestaya is a derivation of Shrestha. Okay, to the Lord, to the Nama. Nama, I have not repeated the meaning of Nama because that means you're bowing down to each of those forms, each of those descriptions of the same Lord. Okay, Rudraha. So let's look at Rudraha. There are many meanings of Rudraha, but I have just given one meaning here because we will be doing Rudram. That time I will go through in detail. There are 9-10 meanings which are given to the word Rudra. We can look at all of them. Swami is also given talk about Rudra, but I have not brought it here today because I thought I will cover these 5 names today. I hope I am able to do it. If not, we will continue anyway. That's why I did not put. I will go into detail about Rudra and, as Swami said, and other meanings later on. Okay, when we take up Rudra. I've taken one meaning, which is one who drives away sin, which causes grief. Or he who drives away grief, you can say. So the Sanskrit definition is Rudam, Dravayati, Dravayati iti. Okay. Rudam Dravayati iti Rudraha. So there are 2 words you can see, Ru and Dra. Okay. Ru stands for Rudam, means all forms of grief, pain, sin, all of that is covered by the word Ru. Trouble, you can say. Okay. Dra comes is the explanation of that which washes away. Okay. Dravam, is another word. Yeah. Tiravam in Tamil we will say, which is liquid. So one who washes away, everything flows away. Okay. So one who makes that flow away. Okay. He is Rudra. Okay. So that's another name for the Lord. So Vamadeva, Jeshtha, Sreshtha, and Rudra. For each one we are bowing down. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Kalaya Namaha, Kala Vikaranaya Namo, Bala Vikaranaya Namo, Balaya Namo, Bala Pramathaya Namaha. Okay. Kalaya Namaha, Kala Vikaranaya Namo, Bala Vikaranaya Namo, Balaya Namo, Bala Pramathaya Namo. Okay. So let's look at Kala. I think all of you know Kala means time. The Lord is the time. Okay. Kala Vikaranaha is the Nekan. Kala Vikaranaya. The simple name is Kala Vikarana. Kala means weakness. There are many meanings. I've just gone with one meaning, which is Kala means you are weak. You don't have strength, lack of strength. Kala Vikaranaha means if there's lack of strength, he is capable of changing. Vikarana means one who makes it change. Kara is to do, Vikara means to change things. So you make it an opposite thing also, or you change it where different types of things also. That aspect of Shiva is called Vikarana. Okay. So one who brings about changes in weakness. If we are weak, he will change it. So that is Kala Vikarana. Okay. Someone who is weak has suddenly become strong because of the Lord. Okay, he is the one who is capable of making a weak person strong. Okay, then he is bala vikaranaha also. Okay, bala means strength, so he changes that also. So the Lord is capable of making a weak person strong, a strong person weak. All the changes in this world happens because of this Lord's making one person weak, one person strong, and he just keeps on changing. Who makes all that happen? Okay, that's for that, to that Lord we are praying. Balaha, one who is strength. Strength itself is him. He is the strength also. Okay. Bala pramatha, one who suppresses strength. So he is strength, and he also is capable of reducing the strength. So if we all pass away, become old and die, that is also the Lord. So you can see the different ways God has been described. Kala is time. Time is where whenever there are two things changing, that is how we know that time has moved. Time itself comes about because of change. Because things change, we think time is moving. Okay, the seasons change. We change our, from childhood, we grow into strength. From strength, we become old and weak, lose strength. So all that is part of this maintenance, the operation, the work which Vamadeva does. Okay, he makes things happen, grow, then decay, grow and decay. All that change, he is the agent of change, but he himself is that. All that is described. So you can imagine the poetic imagination of the rishis when they're visualizing the Lord in this world. Okay. So Bala Pramata, at the end, he will completely remove strength completely also. I think. See, there are, I think, it's the same Pramatana. There are a couple of few variations, brother. So I'm just used Pramata.
Oh, in the Shruti, and usually it's Bala Pramadhanaya.
Yeah. So I'm just checking. Yes, I took it from a source, but it's Matana is actually it's again the same thing. So maybe I will fix it because that's what you all that's the version you all are using. So I will change it. Okay, brother.
Okay.
Pramatana. It's basically the meaning. One who makes it happen is Pramatana. Pramatha is suppression of strength. Pramatanaya means one who makes it happen also. So I will make that change. Sorry about. Thank you very much for pointing out. Because you should understand there are multiple versions of some of these also. Because I have just gone quickly with the one version which I have. So I will fix that. Okay, but both Pramataya is also there, Pramatanaya is also there. Okay, but just for consistency, I will make the change. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, thank you. I will go to the next slide. I think I should. Yes, Sister Aruna. Sister Aruna, you have to unmute and speak.
Last slide, the last sentence. Why is the God is suppressed strength kind of? I know it's old age, even old age he has to give strength. That explanation didn't make sense. The one who suppressed the strength.
Why does it make sense, sister?
Why I'm trying to understand why God is going to suppress the strength.
Why should he not suppress strength?
That's what I'm trying to understand here.
Because that's the way. See, in this world, everyone wants to be strong all the time. See,
yes.
Strength is only an action in this so that the world will go on. Okay, it is not for anything else. We should not think we should only have strength, we should only have health, the body should last. The creation is done in such a way, something comes into being, it grows, it decays. So as part of that, strength has to decrease, because otherwise you will be all attached to strength, or one quality in life, So that is the reason God makes everything happen. Said, why God should kill anyone, you can ask, destroy. You will say, I will again grow it. See, part of in life, everything is divine. See, you should understand, the devotees, the rishis saw God in everything, making everything in this world happening. He can give strength. Swami on discourse, he said, I can raise you to the sky, I can drop you down. That's what God does to everyone in this world. Someone becomes powerful, then they lose power, because that is cycle of life. Because when something is weak, something else is powerful. It's just changing. It's all relative.
Okay,
So in
okay.
this
I
relative,
got it. I
okay.
related differently. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes. So God will make
Yeah.
everyone. Because otherwise we don't learn that God is the operator.
Yeah.
All
Thank
that.
you.
Okay, so that's.
I connected differently. Now I get clear. Thank
Okay,
you so
so
much.
He makes all this happen. So that's the idea. Yes, Brother Kumar, you have a question.
No, I think well put, brother Aruno, but I was thinking the whole thing in terms of cosmos. The Kalaya Nama is one who is time, and Kalavikarnaya Nama, the one who brings about change in the cosmos from weak to strong, from strong to weak. That's how the star, when the star is born, it's not strong, but then it becomes bright, so it becomes much strong and give life. Same thing from the weak. Strong, it becomes weaker, and then it dies in the end, because when star dies, so I was looking from the cosmos perspective. Balavikarna Namo, then Bala Pramathanaya Namaha.
Pramathanaya Namaha.
Pramathanaya Namaha. One who suppresses means it's not. I normally consider ourselves. I know some people might disagree with me. We always put ourselves big, human, but we are not big in this cosmos. But actually, it's more than us. There are so many things we should understand. So that's why, from the cosmos perspective, I saw the way it's beautifully written, that the beautifully mentioned from this entire mantra. That's what I was looking at. One who is timeless. That's what we call him, Kala Bhairava, right? Who is Shiva, the timekeeper of the whole cosmos. So one who brings change in the cosmos from weak to strength to weak, and also Shiva is strength, and then one who can suppress the whole cosmos, and then he can recreate. From that concept I was looking at. So anyway.
Okay, thank you. Basically, it's description of how the world is operated. Everything in this world grows and decays. It's a rejuvenation. It is just that we don't understand, so we worry that something is gone. So that's the way the world operates. Okay, so the next one is, I will go to the next one. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Manonmanaya Namaha. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Manonmanaya Namaha. Okay, so we look at, okay, I think I'm telling you this, but okay, just saw that it's confusing, sorry. So Sarva, I think all of you know, all. Bhuta can be elements or living beings. Anything which is existing is Bhuta. It can be living beings or elements, elements from the basic building blocks of the world, or living beings. Damanaha means, it comes from the word Dama. Damanaha means one who controls. The one who controls, keeps everything in check. So Sarva Bhuta, so he is the one who keeps everything in this world. He checks everything and controls them. Okay, he's the Lord, rules also, you can say. Damanaha means one who rules, keeps everything under check. So Sarva Bhuta Damanaha. So we should always think, God is the one who is actually, God is the one who is actually keeping everything under check. Okay, Sarva Bhuta Damanaha. The next name is Manon Manaya Namaha. It's Manon Manaha. Okay. Manon Manaha is made up of two words, Mana and Unmana. Mana is mind, Manas. It also means our self, also, you can say, our inner being, Mana. Unmanaha means it takes it up, one who kindles up, okay, one who make it rise. Because the word, whenever you use U, it's always pointing north, up. So Unmanaha means one who kindles the mind. So we have looked at, actually there are 11 names which we have looked at. Vamadeva, Jeshta, Sreshta. Just so that you all. Vamadeva, Jeshta, Shreshta, Rudra. 4 names. Kala, Kalavikarana, Balavikarana, Bala, and Bala Pramatana. Now we'll go with that. Okay. So there are 5 names. 5 plus 4, 9. Sarva Bhuta Dhamana, Manonmana. So 11 names. So there are 11 namas which comes here. So this Vamadeva, is that form of Shiva, does these 11 things. So which have been described and bowed down to. Okay, so that is the one set of mantra describing Vamadeva, or the operation of the world, which is comparable to Vishnu's function. Okay, so that is another name of face of Shiva. That's another function of Shiva. Yes, Brother Kumar.
A quick question. What's the difference between, I know, Namaha and Namo? Is it something like
So it's because of Sandhi, I thought I mentioned. See, because of Sandhi, sometimes the Visarga, the 2 dots, changes. It can become is, or it can just drop off. Sometimes it turns into O. These are Sandhi rules I have not covered. Here and there I have mentioned the Sandhi rules, but I found that there's a less appetite for these kinds of grammatical details, so I have not spent time. So Namaha becomes Namo. If, for example, I will tell Tamil, everyone will say they will go to any Subramanya, Murugan temple, and they will say Arohara, Arohara. Actually, it is Haraha, Haraha has become Harohara. Haroharaha. That is the real meaning of Arohara. Of course, we have dropped the H in the first one and we call it Arohara, and of course it has changed into Arogara also. But it's Haraha, Haraha becomes, when brought together, Sandhi, it becomes Harohara. Okay. So Namo Nama, so because Namaha, Namaha, because you are repeating something twice, because of Sandhi, it becomes O. Namo Nama. I hope that answers your question.
yeah, thank you so much.
It's Sandhi. If people are interested, I will do one session, but everyone's, they don't want the details, grammatical detail. They want to just understand and move on. So that's why I'm not spending time. Because I find that we find the rules very boring. Yeah, so okay, so and some of the Vedic usage is also slightly different from classical usage. So Vedic grammar is slightly different. So I don't want to get there also, because that can become very confusing between classical grammar and Vedic grammar. So we'll go to the next one. So we have covered two names. We have come to Aghora now. Okay. I'll change some of the titles later. I'm sorry about it. I will just read it. Aghorebhyo th ghorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyah. Aghorebhyo th ghorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyah. Okay, I think it's here also it's multiple. I think I put sarvatah, no? So I'm just going to change it. Sorry. Okay, here also there were two versions. I used one version in one slide, so I just made it same. Okay. There are two versions of the same. Because what has happened in India is many of these Vedic texts were recovered from different places, and they found differences between versions found in different places. They have sort of agreed to what they call a more standard one, but still there are multiple versions floating, but they all mean the same thing. So I thought I will stick to one. So I'm trying to keep it as close to Shruti as possible, which is what everyone uses. So here also I had some confusion, but then I stuck to this one. Okay, because in my research I'm referring to about 5-6 commentaries, this and that, and so sometimes it's which one I should choose, I should come to. So that's the reason. Sorry about it though. So I will again read it. Sorry. Aghorebhyo atha gorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyah sarvebhyas sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Okay, I will again read. Aghorebhyotha ghorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyah sarvebhyah sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Okay. I think even the transliteration, I have to just 1 second, give me a minute. Okay. Sorry. So I changed it. So the transliteration also I have changed. So we'll look at the meanings. So this is we looked at the west facing face, north facing face. This is south facing face. Okay. Aghorebhyah. So Aghorebhyah is the fourth vibhakti or the case suffix of. Aghora is the simple noun. which Aghorabhya means to that Aghora. To the Aghora is Aghorabhya. Aghoras is a plural noun. The singular noun is Aghoraha. This is one Aghoraha. Aghora means many Aghora. Okay. For single Aghora, the fourth vibhakti will be Aghoraya. Aghoraya. Okay, just to grammatical details. So Aghoraya becomes Aghorebhya. Okay, to all the Aghoras. Ghora means terrible. Okay, scary, troublesome. All the word becomes Ghora. Okay, we just look at Ghora. Aghora means opposite of that. One who is pleasant or benign, who is not Ghora, is Aghora. So Aghorebhya means to the ones who are not terrible. Okay, to the benign ones. Okay, all the benign. So you can see in all this we are seeing God is seen in multiple forms. Everything which, all the good things which happen is Aghora in this world. Okay, everything which we encounter in this world is Aghora. Ata means then. Ghorebhya to the ones who are terrible. Okay. Aghora means one who is not terrible. Then Ghorebhya means all the things which are terrible. Okay. So I will this one, the next line, which is Ghora Ghora Tarebhya. I'm just okay. I've changed slightly. Ghora Ghora Tarebhya. Initially, I had it as Aghora. For the reason, some places their translation they say it's one who is Ghora as well as Aghora. Is one of the meaning which is given, but I didn't go with that because the reason is Ghora and Aghora becomes Ghora Ghora. Sandhi, that's the way the rules work. Ghora Ghora means Ghora plus Aghora. But in this case, Ghora Ghora Tarebhya. So I have taken the meaning here. Ghora Ghora Abhya. So people who are, or events which are Ghora, which is terrible, and Ghora Tara means which is relatively more terrible. Okay. So to the ones who are more terrible. Okay. So you can say to the ones who are not terrible, to the ones, and then to the ones who are terrible, and who are more terrible. Okay. Okay, we'll come to the meanings. It sounds very, why all this is the question. We'll go to the next Sarvebhya. Sarvebhya means it is to all. Sarvaha. Sarvaha means one. It's a singular word, but it means all. Sarva means to the many alls. Okay, to the many alls. The plural of plural. Sarva itself is many. It covers a group of things or whatever. Sarvebhya means everything. Okay, to all of that. Okay, that is Sarvebhya. That here the ha visarga has become is. Sarvebhya sarva sar. So I think that's the way it's pronounced. Sarvebhya sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhya. Okay. Sharva we already looked at. I don't know whether you all remember. Sharvayalima, Sharvalingaya namaha we looked at. Sharva means one who brings about dissolution, annihilating everything. Okay. Sarva Sharvebhya, all the annihilation in the world. Okay. the one who annihilates everything. All kinds of annihilation he does. He is Sarva Sharva. Okay. Sarva Sharvaha. So again, it's a plural. Okay. Sarvaha is plural. Sarva Sharvaha is also plural. Namaha. Salutations. Te. Namaha te. Again, Visarga becomes is due to Sandhi. So Namaha te will become Namaste. Salutations to them. Astu means be. Let it be. Okay, Astu. Namaste Astu. Namaha Astu means let there be salutations. Rudra Rupebhyaha, to the forms of Rudra. Rudra Rupaha, again plural. So you can, so I said this is all addressed to the third phase called Rudraha, which brings about dissolution in this world. Annihilates everything in this world. That is the role of Shiva. Okay, which this mantra, these mantras are describing. Aghorebhyah, ata ghorebhyah, ghora ghorebhyah, ghora ghora tharebhyah, sarvebhyah, sarva sharvebhyah, namaha te astu rudra rupebhyah. So the Rishi is saying everything which happens, because all annihilation has some element of terrible, something which is troublesome from a human perspective. But the Lord makes it happen. He is the Rudra. Okay. He makes it happen because he removes we looked at the meaning of Rudra as one who takes away grief. If you are living with the problem, so he will take it away. So then you are freed from the problem, freed from troubles. So he is continuously doing this creation, maintaining, and then removing it. All that this Shiva is doing. So once, I just want to understand, why this plural? In this world, so many things happen around us. And so this person did that, that person did this. And this actually tries to help you see that the Lord in each and everything in this world is operating. So that is how they saw God everywhere. Inside every being, inside everyone. That is why all the things, in the many ways the world attacks us, God is attacking for good, for our own betterment, so that we'll be released from this existence. So that is the perception of the rishis. So everything is seen as multiples, because it's a Rudra which is present in everything and everywhere around us. And sometimes it seems he's benign, sometimes he seems to be troubling us, terrible, sometimes he's more terrible, sometimes he brings about change. For all that forms of Lord, we are bowing down. That's the prayer. Okay. So that's a description of this. So as you can see, Shivopasana means we need to be able to pray to the Lord everywhere, in all situations, in all circumstances. And we understand he is the one who is doing all this, the power within all that. That is the prayer. Just to lighten this, see, for example, if there's a bus or van coming and we are standing there, right there, and we don't know what to do, we can't escape. So what do we do when something is rushing towards us? A vehicle is rushing and we are standing, an accident is going to take place. What do we do? What can we do? You will try to get the attention of the driver inside the bus. You will not try to get the attention of the bus. That will not help. You have to get the attention of the driver. So anything which moves towards us, there's a driver inside. So what you do, you wave to the driver and say, stop, stop. And the driver will stop. If you wave to the bus will not stop. You wave to the driver. You want to catch a cab, you want to go somewhere. You should get the attention of the driver of the cab. You wave, and if the driver sees you, they will stop and pick you up. So in this world, whatever we see, look at the driver, get the attention of the driver. That is what this means, Sarvantaryami. When we see a person, we should not look at the bus, which is their body. We should try to get the attention of the driver. See, these army vehicles, you don't even know who is sitting inside. There will be a hole through which that person is looking. But we know in the army vehicle, a tank, there is some driver. So you need to somehow get the attention of that driver, because that person also will be only seeing through the hole. So how do we connect to the Lord means, get the attention of the Lord means we should first recognize him. Our mind should recognize the driver. That is what this is. Even when bad things happen, even when good things happen, look at the driver. That is now learning to see the Lord. First of all, we should remember that there's a driver. That itself will connect us to the driver. So that is what the rishis did. So this is Dakshinamurti, one who looks at the south side. Why he does all this is to inculcate knowledge in us. Dakshinamurti is the one who teaches all the truths in this world. If this doesn't happen, we don't learn. When bad things happen, or when we are going to die only, then we'll think, oh, why am I born? Where am I going to go? All these questions come only when the death looks at us. Otherwise, we will just go around in this world and do nothing. So death is the best teacher. So Dakshinamurti is the Aghora who make even Ghora things happen. Because in that Aghora, there is Ghora. Even though a bad thing happened, there's a good thing which comes out of it. All that is described in this. So the rishis saw that and they went into ecstasy and they worshipped Dakshinamurti, the Aghora, the south-facing Lord, in this way. So that is what is covered in this mantra. I will again go through. Okay. Dakshina means south. Murti means one who faces. Dakshinamurti. Aghorebhyo tha ghorebhyo ghora ghora tharebhyah sarvebhyah sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Okay. Aghorebhyo atha ghorebhyo ghora ghora tharebhyah sarvebhyah sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Okay, so when things, annihilation happens around us, we should see, oh, the Lord, you seem terrible, but you are not terrible. You are bringing about annihilation so that we learn. We learn the reality of existence, who we are. Because we didn't die, we are not dying, no one in this world is dying, because the Atma never dies. All this knowledge comes by this action, of only through this action God teaches. So that is the third phase of Lord Shiva we looked at. I think I will stop here and ask any questions, because I have two more. I think if we start, I don't think I will cover, because I wanted to wind up at 10:30, if it's okay. I will stop here, and if there are questions on what I've covered, I don't know whether I went too fast, so I will stop here. Yes, Brother Vimalesan, please go.
Sairam, I want to ask two things. Now, you said, so this is south facing. So it start with
West.
No. So east is the next one, or?
Yes, east is next one.
Oh, okay. So,
Brother Kumar.
Yes, brother. In the first page, when in the Pancha Brahma,
Okay.
The first page is there.
Okay.
That's where in the you said, I know the first word is, what did the in the box, what's the first heading you said was
Pancha Brahma Mantraha.
Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the box, the where you have the table.
Okay, Pancha Murtyaha.
Panchamurtya.
Murtyaha. See, the singular is Murtihi, plural is Murtyaha.
Murtya.
Murtyaha.
Murtya.
Okay. It, ya. So that is the plural of the word Murti.
Murti.
Okay. Eka Murti, Pancha Murtyaha.
Then Pancha Kritya, then
Panchanana.
Panchanana. Okay.
Pancha Anana. Anana is also another word for face. Mukha, Vaktra, Anana, all of them are same. I just copied it from last time. So it just so that you all have, exposed to different ways of the describing, that's all. Yes, Sister Kalyani.
Sorry, Uncle. You said Murti also means face or facing?
Murti is form, but it also means facing something.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, it means both.
Okay.
Murti can be face, it can be facing, form, everything is covered under the word Murti.
Okay.
Okay. It's a description. What you perceive, somebody looking at you, that Murti. Dakshina Murti means one who faces south.
And also in bhave bhave nati bhave. So how do you know, like if I were just reading the literal meanings of each of those words, like and even the nati bhave, if the words are connected. So how do you know that na refers to the bhave bhave and not the ati bhave?
Yeah, so I think we have discussed this. The way these mantras, that's why I said, there can be hundreds of meanings which one can bring about from this. Actually, it's all, see, bhave, bhave, nati bhave, it's all connected. I have separated it just for ease of identification. So the whole thing is bhave, bhave, nati bhave, bhavasvama. Okay. You can say everything can be put together as one word. Okay. So where you split this word. But the thing is, generally people, this is the way it's printed. So I have printed it that way. So otherwise you can say, we can interpret this also as that. Okay. Bhave bhave means I want to remain in this world. Nati bhave, I don't want to even go beyond this. Okay. But I want to remain in the self. That also you can take as a meaning. See, this is what Swami says, God is nowhere, now here. Where you put the W will make the change. So you can also pray, the Lord, I will be born again, no problem. I don't have to, because I don't want to go outside of this, because you are this creation. Nati bhave, bhavasvamam, I want to reside in you. That also can be a meaning.
Thank you. Yes,
so
thank you.
I will be born again and again because you are here. You are this world, you are this creation. Then why should I go somewhere else? So you can take it as that. That's why I said there are about 10, we can just discuss on this itself. So there are devotees who say, the Lord, I don't want to merge in you. I want to be separate and enjoy you. Because I know even whether I'm living or dead, I am in you. So that also is a meaning. So that's why in Sanskrit, how we interpret is depending on our own. So you choose the meaning which is the highest, which you can derive from this. Okay, so I just went with one meaning. I spend time with this. I sometimes preparing for this, I just get lost. Which one to talk, about. But what I have done is, as much as possible, generally people have given some meaning, so I've just gone along with that and tried to explain how they have derived that meaning. So because of that, I have done this, but I will let your imagination. Poetry is that, but you interpret it in the highest way possible, which elevates you. That's all mantras are. I hope I answered your question. I hope I didn't confuse it.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, so Sairam brother, it's very good explanation because of the rishis. They explain up to their perception. It's very difficult to express the Brahma. So it's a good thing we learn about the 5 phases, but all this time I didn't understand. Even there's most of the places they have lingam established only with one thing. And in Nepal, in Pashupatinath, they have 5 phases lingam. Now today I got the opportunity to understand what the meaning and everything. Thank you, Brother Saira.
You're welcome, brother. See that, brother, the thing is, God reveals and the rishis perceive. And what they perceived, how they perceived, they have put down, and that what they heard, also they have put. That's Shruti. And so that's the way the Lord revealed, and the God can reveal in many ways. And Swami has made it possible for us to study something. Sairam. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
Sairam.
brother Kumar, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is a kind request, but when you have a moment, Sathya Sai Baba, him, if he has explained something in his words, I find it more scientific and more interesting for me.
Yeah, it is there, brother. I will come. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would love you to give that one of these classes, even after the classes of this. Once you finish Upasana,
Yes. No, see, some of it we will. The thing is, because I will get an opportunity because we are going to go through Rudram also. Rudram is a wealth. So that time I will definitely bring and share, definitely.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
That's the whole idea. It's not. I think there's a comment. Mansapravim went away in Malati. Exactly, brother Vimalesa. So the devotees enjoyed the presence of the Lord, the sight of the Lord in many different ways. As long as we use these mantras to get us to that state of joy of knowing the Lord, that's all matters. The meaning is secondary to that experience. What I am doing is, whatever I could, tidbit here and there, I am sharing with some knowledge of the Sanskrit and grammar, so that it helps us understand more and more and enjoy more and more of the Lord. So thanks for listening to me and joining in this journey of learning. I'm also learning a lot, because I'm forced to do some rigorous study. Sometimes I find it overwhelming, but it's worth the effort. This is not the end of meanings. There's much more. All of you can explore and find what you really enjoy. That's between you and the Lord. Close with Samasta Loka. Sire. Om Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram.